Hey guys, I am the Comics Kid 2099 and I am here to do a video on
Missed opportunities.
If you've never seen one of these videos before, basically I talk about a movie or a book or a comic book or a TV show and I say this is what they did and this is what I wish they had done. In today's video I am going to be talking about something that I don't really think I've talked about a whole lot on this channel before. That is Harry Potter. This particular video applies to both the movies and the books, although technically I guess this is primarily geared towards the books since that's where all of the story came from in the first place. If you've never read the books or seen the movies and you're still interested in doing that, I would recommend that you go ahead and turn this video off right now because there is absolutely 100% going to be spoilers specifically for Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, but also some of the books that come after that. So, like I said, if you are interested in reading or seeing Harry Potter and you haven't yet, turn this video off right now. This is your final warning. Okay, so now that you are still here, if you are still here, I wanted to talk about Harry Potter and Mr. Diggory. I don't remember his first name, but it's Cedric Diggory's father. If you've read the fourth Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, or if you've seen the movie that it is based on, roughly what happens is there is this big Tri-Wizard tournament where these three schools get together, Hogwarts and two other schools. One of them is from Germany, and the other one, I don't remember where it's from. Basically, they all get together, and one champion from each school is going to participate in a series of really difficult challenges. And Harry's like, okay, cool, this is going to be fun, I'm going to watch this. Turns out, somebody puts his name into the goblet, which is where the names are drawn from. And since his name is drawn from the goblet, even though he is underage, legally, they have to let him play. Even though he's like, whoa, I don't really want to do this. They're like, sorry, you have to, your name was drawn. And then you've got the guy who is actually supposed to be participating from Hogwarts, Cedric Diggory, and he's kind of this pretty boy that Harry doesn't really like after they start becoming competitors. Before they were competitors, they didn't really have a beef with each other. For those of you who like to bash on Twilight, it's Edward from Twilight who played Cedric Diggory. And so, at the very end of the book, you've got all of the people, they're in this giant corn maze type thing, and they are supposed to go to the center of the maze and touch this goblet thing, and whoever touches it first, they are going to be declared the all-time champion. And then a series of events happens, Harry and Cedric both get there at the same time, and they're like, hey, let's both touch it, and then we'll both be winners. They touch the thing, and then they are both teleported to a faraway place where Voldemort and his followers are waiting for them. Actually, technically, it's Voldemort light. He's not fully 100% his old self yet. He's still kind of a pruny little baby-sized goblin thing. It's kind of disgusting. More importantly, concerning the topic of this video, Cedric Diggory is immediately killed because the people who are setting this whole thing up, they really didn't expect anyone other than Harry to make it to the final round because they were kind of trying to fix the game so that Harry would win and make it to Voldemort's little hideout. Since they both got there, they're like, okay, we don't need Cedric Diggory, so they kill him. And then at the end of the book/movie, Harry is able to grab Cedric's body and teleport them both back to Hogwarts, and then everyone is like, woohoo! Oh. And then you've got Cedric's father, he's there, he was watching the games, and now he's crying over his son's dead body. And after the Goblet of Fire, we never see or hear from the Diggorys ever again. And this is where my missed opportunity comes in. Starting around the time of the fifth book and movie, the Ministry of Magic really goes hard at trying to deny any allegations that Voldemort has returned. They don't want to face the reality of what will happen if they admit that Voldemort is back. So they would rather ignore this growing evil that is in front of them and say, no, everything's fine, so that they don't have to face the responsibilities that come with him coming back. This puts the Ministry of Magic at odds with Harry basically until the end of the series. While you've got a few people who work within the Ministry like Ron Weasley's father or Kingsley Shacklebolt who are good guys, most everyone else is either working for Voldemort or they are just inept and they don't really want to admit that Voldemort is back. And the major problem that I had with this plotline was that we never get to see Mr. Diggory again. Think about it for a minute. The Ministry is sitting here saying Harry Potter is a liar, Voldemort is not back, you don't have anything to worry about. So Mr. Diggory is here with his son's dead body. He is going to do one of two things. One, he is going to blame Harry Potter for his son dying. He is going to say something ridiculous like Harry tripped him and he fell and broke his neck. Or two, Mr. Diggory is going to recognize that yes, the killing curse was used on Cedric, and he is going to believe that Harry is right and that Voldemort is back. And then throughout books 5, 6, and 7, you could say that Mr. Diggory has formed some sort of parents group that is firmly against the Ministry of Magic, and these guys do believe that Voldemort is back, and he could say, look, my son is dead. There is no way that that could have happened unless Voldemort is already back. Or at the very least, his followers are back, and they are the ones responsible for Cedric being dead. If you think about it, this is kind of a glaring plot hole. Why did we never see this guy again? In the books, there are various characters who were important in one book, and then after that they were never really important again, but we do get to see them one more time. For example, Gilderoy Lockhart, he was sort of a secondary antagonist in the Chamber of Secrets, and then his mind was basically wiped away, and then in one of the later books they go to a mental hospital and they see Gilderoy Lockhart there. Also, you have Dolores Umbridge, who was a main antagonist in the 5th book, and then in the later books she's more or less working for Voldemort. It's really glaring that these characters get to come back for cameo appearances after their main appearances in the books that they starred in, but Mr. Diggory doesn't even get a mention or anything explaining what his views are on Voldemort being back or not. It's just kind of annoying, I think. I'm not saying we would have had to have drastically altered the plot of the 5th, 6th, or 7th books. Just throw in a quick throwaway line that Mr. Diggory is firmly against the Ministry of Magic, and even though at first he was maybe a little bitter that Harry survived and Cedric didn't, now he's definitely pro-Harry. Something like that would have been very easy to throw into one of the books, especially when you consider that the last few books are like 1,000 pages each. So that's about all I have here, guys. This wasn't a very long video, not like the last one I did for missed opportunities. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you agreed with me, or even if you disagreed with me, but you thought this was a fun video, I hope you will like, share, comment, and subscribe, and come back tomorrow for some other kind of video. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.